With everyone watching the economy these days, law enforcement is too. Those who care for the elderly say they're seeing new types of scams that are separating seniors from their life savings. KTVU's Rob Roth has the stories of several Bay Area victims and ways you can spot a scam in the making in tonight's special report.
In the gated and near spotless enclave of Rossmoor, where some 9,000 people have retired to these serene and seemingly safe surroundings, it appears almost everyone you ask has the same disturbing story. They'll tell you they've either been approached or victimized by con artists.
I got burned once.
Now 86 years old, Margot Wright needs a walker to help get around these days. About 2 years ago, she received a check in the mail for $1,900 with a letter congratulating her on being a grand prize winner. But before she could deposit the check, she apparently gave the people who sent it to her key information about her bank account. That's when she got burned.
Of course, the check was bogus, and they took the money, the $1,900, out of my checking account because they had the account number and the routing number.
Up the road, Donna Dell has been spending months trying to untangle her mother's finances, uncovering, she says, potentially thousands of dollars paid to scam artists along the way.
I was surprised that they would be able to convince you to send money or to give them your bank cards and your credit numbers. And
well, I don't think I gave them money twice.
For 3 decades, Mildred Yoakum worked as a purchaser for the city of San Leandro. Her once steel-trap mind now pierced, her daughter says, by Alzheimer's. The telephone solicitors don't seem to care.
They get lists, just like selling magazine subscriptions. You obtain a list of individuals' names, addresses, and telephone numbers, and that list is legally transferable from one entity to another.
Almost everyone who works with seniors says elder fraud is a grossly underreported problem that seems to have gotten far worse throughout the country the past few years. At Rossmoor, the weekly newspaper has a regular feature called Scam Alert. Social workers say some people here have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars to con artists.
It's infuriating anytime anybody is taken advantage of, but to take advantage of people that are trying to manage on a fixed income is just unconscionable.
I reported it to the police right away, and they said, this thing happens all the time. He said they have no control over it. I got nothing out of it, except I learned a hard lesson.
These are some of the bogus checks and letters many elderly receive on a regular basis that promise winnings. A common scam is to send a victim a realistic-looking check for a large amount of money with instructions to call a phone number. The victim is then told to send in, usually by Western Union, a tax on the alleged winnings. The victim pays out the money, but the winning check the victim deposits is worthless.
Law enforcement officials say elder fraud is extremely difficult to investigate. With government agencies laying off workers, there'll be fewer investigators to look into these cases. And making matters even worse, many of these scams originate outside the United States.
By the time we even identify where it is outside of the country and send somebody there, they're already shut down and opened up a new location somewhere else. I wish we felt like we were making headway, but unfortunately it's too easy of a target, and you'll just never stop. The bad guys will just keep coming up.
Those who work with the elderly say the best defense is education and a reliable friend or relative to watch over a trusting senior citizen.